Hello, hello, hello. You already know, in case you weren't aware, my name is Holly Holiday. I'm the president of Sisters Lead, Sisters Vote, the co convener of Win with Black Women. And today we are live. You heard me live with another candidate spotlight. I love doing these candidate spotlights because I'll tell you a little secret. In recent years, I've been more connected with things like Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson and this national work against the presidential race. But those people who really know me know that my heart and soul lies with the local candidates. I have been a girl who, for more than most of my career in politics, over 30 years in politics, and I have done probably more local elections than most people have even been a witness to. And so it is always a thrill to be here to talk about local candidates. Why are local candidates so important? Well, I'll tell you, because despite what you may think the president or vice president can or cannot do, it is those people who are running locally who touch and concern the things that really impact your day-to-day life. For instance, your kids. I know you care about your kids. And guess what? Each one of your kids at some point will be in school, at least through ages 5 through 18 at a minimum. And guess what? You want to know who really controls the schools? Yep, the state funds them. So that's important. But it's the school board that makes the decisions on what to do with all that money that they get. It's the school board who decides which superintendent we're going to hire and fire. It's the school board who figures out what kinds of programs and activities that they're going to fund, how they're going to maintain the physical plant of the building, how to manage safety issues, both physical safety and mental health safety. I already know what you're thinking. You're like, oh my goodness, I need to figure out who on my school board. Well, you do. And the great thing is, if you happen to be in the state of Maryland, we have, and you live in Prince George's County specifically, which I do, we have a candidate for school board with us today. And she is going to be with us. She is running for District 5 for the Board of Education in Prince George's County Public School right here in Maryland. Her name is Dr. Zipporah Miller. She was appointed by County Executive, soon to be Senator Angela Alsobrooks, and I am so excited to hear from her today. This is the kind of sister that we need to be aware of. Hello, Dr. Miller.
Good morning. Hello. How are you doing? And I am excited. Thank you for having me.
Oh, wonderful. Look, we already got people chimed in. They say, yep, local elections matter. Please never sit these out, everyone. Thank you, Tiffany, for that. And we have Anna who's talking to us about, hey, guess what? The San Francisco Board of Education just fired their superintendent. That's right. That didn't happen from the Senate. The president didn't have nothing to do with it. It's the school board making those choices. And so we want to make sure that everybody knows exactly why you are out here, what you're all about, and how they can support you. And the good news is, folks, the candidate spotlight is going to bring all that information to you in a very short amount of time. So let's get started, because you already know we're going to go through our 3 questions. And by the end of our 3 questions, you're going to know exactly what you need to do in this election. Let's start with question number 1. Okay, question number 1 is, why are you running? Why are you running for District 5 school board member in the Prince George's County Public Schools?
Oh, great question. Why am I running? I am running because I am passionate about this work. Anybody who knows me knows that any and everything I do in my community, whether and even in my career, it's about education. I love to see how we are able to bring programs to ensure that we're enhancing student success from every area. I am so passionate. I sleep thinking about what can we do better in education. Another reason I'm running is because I have the experience. And when it comes to our children, it sounds like a cliche, but who do you want to oversee to oversee the operations of a school system? Do you want someone who's experienced or someone who's just running for office? I have the experience over 30 years. And the most important thing is, do you deliver results? That's me. I deliver results. So I'm standing before you as a candidate seeking re-election. I was appointed 2 years ago. But the thing that I will say is, I have seen firsthand what dedicated and thoughtful leadership brings to this role. What it does, has impact on our students, on our teachers, and our families. But 2 years is such a short tenure when you start seeing the advances in education that have already happened in my tenure in this role. If you look at the research says that it takes 3 years, yes, 3 years to see impact or change in the school system, whether it's positive or a trajectory going down. We have started moving in the upward trajectory coming out of COVID in the school system. And in just 2 years, you can see tangible impact that I've brought to the school system. So, what has happened in this 2 years? Bringing new programs. We've worked together with the community and we were able to keep Pointer Ridge Elementary School open. We were able to add a regional autism center at Pointer Ridge Elementary in order to keep it open. We've opened the first STEM charter school in our district. I've been successful at advocating for support for our teachers. So I've advocated for programs that will help them attain licensure at a faster rate. I've addressed bullying. I saw data on bullying. I've addressed bullying, enhanced the policies, and also provided resources to help support students who have experienced bullying and also those who are exhibiting the bullying behaviors. Calming rooms. I fought hard for these. But I know the necessity of having these calming spaces for children in elementary and in middle schools. A place where they can manage their emotions, a place where they can reduce stress, a place where they can regain focus, and then they can go back and actually access the curriculum. But you say, Zipporah, you've done a lot. Yes, and that's important. But I can't rest on just these few accomplishments. Yes, it's a lot, but we have so much work to be done, and everything about education continues to revolve. So why am I running for re-election? Because I want to continue investing in our teachers. I want to continue investing in our staff, and most importantly, I want to continue investing in our students. Investing in our teachers means, are we providing programs that can continue to bring them licensure at a faster rate? Investing in our teachers means, are we looking at areas in which we can reduce their workload? Investing in our students, are we providing programming for students to reach their full potential? There's so many ideas I have, so many things that we need to explore. There's so much work to be done. And I just want to say that I'm so passionate about this. And so that's why I stand before you seeking this position to continue the work and build on the progress that we've made together as a community.
Oh my goodness. Listen, I love this. And this, we talk about people having experience, and I want to double down on this experience piece a little bit because it is rare that you get someone who really understands education, because education is not just about what's happening in the classroom, although you know about that because you're a science teacher. Education is not just about the activities, and you know about that because you've been a coach in volleyball, track and field. Education is not just about from an administrator's point of view, which you also know about because you've been in various leadership roles. Education is not just about managing a budget, but that's critically important, and you know about that because you've been a program administrator and you've been a director of an organization. But also, and education is not just about the students and parents, which you also know about because you've been president of PTA. Education is about the combination of all of those things together. It is about a deep knowledge and commitment and experience, as you shared, of understanding the entire ecosphere. And what I love about your qualifications is that you got that. Normally, it takes a whole bunch of different people to bring all those kinds of experiences together. I was going to say you get a 2-for-1, but you actually get like a 5-for-1 by supporting you, which is even better. Everybody loves value, and boy, are you bringing value to the Prince George's County School Board. Let's get into question number 2. I can't wait to hear about your vision. So, what issues do you most want to impact? And who's in the way of making this impact happen? So, what is the issue, and who or what do we need to deal with in order to see that vision come true?
Wow, there are so many issues that are near and dear to my heart. So I'm going to talk about three and then I'm going to hone in on one. So let me start with safety. When you look at Maslow's hierarchy of needs, safety is the foundation, right? And so when you look at it in society as a whole, it has become prevalent, that we are really, really being impacted with safety issues. One that I can't forget that happened earlier this year. And I remember when I got that call saying that they found someone with a ghost gun. I remember where I was. I remember what I was doing. I remember the turn that I was making. It just stopped everything about my world. And when I had that conversation with the superintendent, the bottom line was first, are the children safe? Are staff safe? Once I was assured of that, then the next conversation was what do we need in order to ensure that we can continue to keep this school safe. So school safety is number one to me, not just physical safety, but psychological safety. And as you heard before, I said I'm passionate about ensuring that the mental wellness of students is taken care of because students, in order to achieve the highest level of academic success, it's not just about academics, it's about their mental well-being. So safety, physical and psychological safety. Second one, and I'm in no particular order, is community and family engagement. It takes a village, and that's not a cliche. It takes parents, it takes the community, it takes fraternities, sororities, it takes business, industry, all of us working together, other sectors of government, all of us working together. So, family and community engagement is huge for me. And I want to continue working on that because, yes, we have some engagement, but it seems like when it comes to education, many times we engage and then we step out. But I'm looking for continuous engagement. How can you ensure we're engaging our other elected officials continuously? How do we ensure that we're engaging parents on a regular basis? How do we ensure that we're engaging our community, like business and industry, on a regular basis to meet the needs of our students? But the one I'm going to teacher shortage. It's a national crisis. And as an educator myself, I know firsthand the importance of what a teacher brings to education. The research has shown us that the teacher is the most important factor in terms of yielding success, academic success to students. You can look at other factors which do impact student success, such as leadership, facilities, services that we bring, but the number one factor is the teacher. So if we do not address this teacher shortage, we are not going to be able to move the needle. I get it. It's a national issue, right? It's a national issue. But the innovation and the way in which we're going to address it has to start with us. It has to start at the local level. It really needs to start with us. So one of the things that I've done so far is advocated for expanding recruitment and retention programs to ensure that we have highly qualified educators or we get them to be highly qualified. But if you live in Maryland, we know we have legislation called the Blueprint for Maryland's Future. And that is a major step in addressing that challenge. I'm well versed in the Blueprint for Maryland's Future. And I am really I am really enthusiastic, or should I say, grounded in ensuring that this works because they're in several strategies that are research-based strategies to help us actually address this. So some of the things are like increasing teacher salaries. We need to make sure that teachers are valued. And so they're putting increase in teacher salaries. the career ladder. Not every teacher wants to be an administrator, and that's a great thing because we want great teachers in the classroom. So, how can we give them leadership roles and they can lead from the classroom, serve as mentors, serve as places where individuals can come and watch them teach and learn how to be better teachers? Putting in the strategy of stronger and more robust teacher preparation programs, an increased focus on ensuring that we have a diverse pool of teachers who are coming to us. Certification pathways for teachers who are coming in who don't have their certification. And one that is near and dear to me is their work conditions. We need to ensure that we're looking at the teacher workload, the culture and climate in the building that impacts whether a teacher is going to stay in the profession. So, what stands in the way? I don't want to say it stands in the way, but we really need to look at this. So, what stands in the way for me would be funding. All of this can't happen without robust funding and partnerships. So, that is the challenge that we face because we know that funding is finite, but at the same token, if we're going to do this, we're going to have to figure out a way in which we can fund these initiatives. Case in point, if we want to improve teacher work conditions, we need to decrease class size. If we decrease class size, we need additional teachers in the building. That takes funding. If we want to reduce their workload and say, hey, we need individuals who can help with this, it takes funding. If we want to increase the resources that they have, so teachers are no longer buying pencils and chart paper, we need to make sure that we provide this for them. It takes funding. The career ladder, which provides opportunities for teachers to actually step out of the classroom and mentor other teachers, that takes funding, right? So additional funding is required in order to have these strategies implemented. Now, we also need to think outside the box, such as creative scheduling, such as looking at can business and industry partner with us on these initiatives. But all of this is going to take time and it's going to take an infrastructure in order to make it happen. I'm not patient when it comes to students. I'm just not. Our students are an invaluable asset in order for us to have a thriving community. Therefore, in order for us to get this to happen quickly, we need to start working today, and I've already started working on it. So the urgency to elevate the teaching profession, it starts with the blueprint, but it also needs to accelerate by all of us in the community working together, elected officials, business and industry, sororities and fraternities, parents. We all need to work together in order to see that this blueprint for Maryland's future comes to fruition. So this is one of the areas that I'm passionate about, as you can see, but we need to really address this teacher shortage. We need to ensure that our community is elevating the teacher profession. We need to ensure that that our teachers are supported 100%. When they come in through that door to work for our students, we need to support them.
Well, listen, I told y'all that she knew what she was talking about. And now she has laid out the receipts. She has given you everything that you need to make a decision. But guess what? I'm going to give y'all just a little bit more. I'm going to give y'all just a little bit more. Tell us. Question number 3. Assume I have never been to your district. Tell me something that makes you proud or excited about what is happening in Prince George's County Public Schools.
So wow, that's a loaded question. That's a loaded question. Oh, a loaded question. Let me just start with Prince George's County Public Schools is probably one of the most diverse school districts in Maryland. We have students who range from different cultural, ethnic, linguistic backgrounds. I mean, the culture is rich in Prince George's County. It is rich. And why does this excite me? Because when you have diversity, you have different perspectives. When you have diversity, it means that we need to approach education from a standpoint of giving different experiences. It fosters creativity. We are not myopic in our thinking because we need to ensure that we're addressing every student and every different background from where our students come from. It also makes us more empathetic, and it also helps us value different backgrounds. Because we're so rich in diversity, I really believe that this is an area where we can fully prepare students to be globally competitive. Because what we're doing is we're having students see different perspectives, listen and value different perspectives, and celebrate inclusivity and mutual respect. And that makes them grounded, and that creates a workforce in which people are saying, that's who I want to work for me. And that's what we want in Prince George's County. We focus on equity a lot in Prince George's County. Because of our diverse backgrounds, we have a strong equity policy to ensure that we're addressing and meeting the needs of every student who comes into our doors. Every student. We value every student, we value every parent, we value every community member, and we continue to advocate for equity across the board for every student. And another thing that I'm going to say that I value about this is I talked about community engagement. That's another thing that we have. We need to bolster it, but I know that our community is vested in the education of our students. But we need to bolster and get us just more engaged within the school system in terms of how can we attribute and make sure that we're meeting the needs of every child. Last but not least, I just want to say um, educators, many leaders who are deeply vested in improving and enhancing our educational system. I may be one, but there's many of us who are working within the school district who are doing and really laboring about what's right for our students and shaping the future of our students in our school system. You need to come into every school. You need to visit our central office, and you'll meet many dedicated educators who really want what's best for our students.
I love it. If I didn't already live here, I'd want to move. This
Please
is
move here.
amazing. Thank you so much, Dr. Miller. Well, listen, she has laid out the case. She has literally brought the closing argument. And if you aren't convinced that this is the type of person that we need working on behalf of our kids, working on behalf of our teachers, working on behalf of our parents and our entire school community, maybe you need to rewind. You might have missed something. We do these candidate spotlights to make sure that candidates like Dr. Miller have this platform and that you have a tool that you can share. So you already know what I'm going to ask you to do. If you're watching, make sure you share this video with somebody else, that you go and support Dr. Miller at her website, sephoramiller.com or at zipmiller, because we want to make sure that you get connected. And you know what support looks like? It looks like send her a little money. It looks like show up and let folks know that she's running. Do some volunteer work. And if you can't do nothing else, make sure you share with folks from District 5 in Prince George's County that she is on the ballot and they need to be looking for her name. These are all the things that we can do. And then once this election is over, go and drop in on a school board meeting, support these new initiatives, help her fight for the funding that is needed in our Prince George's County schools. Whew, it's been a lot. Thank you, Dr. Miller, for being a part of our candidate spotlight today. We so appreciate it.
Thank you so much. And I am humbled. Thank you so much. And I humbly ask for your vote. Vote for Zipporah Miller.
Awesome. Well, Dr. Miller is one of the many candidates that we've spoken with, but we're not done yet. We still got more candidates to come. What can you look forward to next? Well, we've got members of the state legislature coming up. We've got members of the school board coming up. They said, yeah, oh, wait, I got to crank it up coaching. Here we go. Yeah, she's the candidate to vote for because Dr. Miller is making a difference. So your fans are watching and supporting. We appreciate you. Crank it up. They got the what are those little sounds
Emoji.
going? Emojis are hitting it up. They are doing all the things. People in Prince George's County and around the world are excited about what you are doing in education, Dr. Miller. Thank you so much. Well,
Thank
don't
you.
think this is the end because it's not. It's just the middle. We have more coming up. I don't know if we're going to show that screen or not. Oh, we are. Oh, coming up next. How could I forget? Tomorrow, join me at 10 a.m., 10 a.m., so that you can meet the leader, Karen Camper from the great state of Tennessee. Then we'll have Don Richardson on the 29th at 4 p.m. Sophia Jackson at 10 a.m. on the 31st. That's going to be on Halloween. And then our last one on November 1st, Lakeisha Frazier Bosley. So we got 4 more coming up. You don't want to miss any of them. Use this to mark your calendars, but definitely join me tomorrow for Leader Camper, one of my favorites. All right, that's all for us for today. Don't forget to reach out to Dr. Zipporah Miller. She is amazing, as you've heard. If you missed it, no worries. Feel free to rewind or like, subscribe, follow, hit that notification button so you can not only get this great content, but be aware of local leaders around the country, Black women who are running for office. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time.